Alrighty then. It's time to play the King's Dilemma Chronicles. It's been far too long that I have waited to play. The time has come. I will be a counselor of great renown. It's gonna happen. New game. Hell yeah. Warning. This game contains disturbing images and scenes of implied violence. There are references to slavery, abuse, racism, physical violence, domestic abuse, suicide, substance abuse, sexual violence, and limited gory imagery, human sacrifices and blood, that some may find distressing or disturbing. Player discretion is advised. None of the atrocities described in the King's Dilemma Chronicles are in any way endorsed by the creators and the distributors of this game. And I will take a moment to say, me too, I am also not endorsing that. But 'tis a game, and we shall play. Continue. Welcome to the kingdom of Ankist, a place of daring expedition, gruesome battles, and arcane mysteries. Located in the northern continent of Lewick. Also, just gonna cut in here and say, I'm going to mess up a lot of these words, and I apologize for that. I do not know how to pronounce many of these things. I'll give it my best shot. Located in the northern continent of Lewick, Ankist is one of the largest kingdoms of the known world, but it's not the only one. The kingdom of Muhir to the northwest advanced both culturally and technologically. The small and harmless kingdom of Sidlada to the south with its stingy lands. The Republic of... ooh boy. Copious? Copious. I'm going to say Copious. The Republic of Copious to the northeast with commercial abilities beyond imagination. Again, if I just butcher these, just pretend I didn't and move on. Sorry. The Kazukan Kazukayan, I'm just going to reread them if I can. I'm going to wait until I get it. The Kazukayan Empire to the distant east, where the emperor lives in opulence while the people struggle. The southern continent, barely explored, is only known for the fierce Ivory Desert and the tales and legends shared by the few foreign travelers venturing to our lands. Ankist has been enjoying several decades of peace, but less than 2 centuries ago it was divided into many small kingdoms and raider tribes, conquered in wars or united by diplomacy over the centuries to be incorporated as duchies or marks. Little is known about what happened before this age of fragmentation, but what we know for sure is that all the lands of the known world were ruled by several lost civilizations throughout the ages. What caused these civilizations to fall is unclear. You are going to assume the role of the head of the council, a governing body ruling in the name of the king located in Libra, the capital city of Ankist. Libra? I'll say Libra. It sounds cooler. Before you begin, take a quick test to determine the house that suits you best. Oh, perfect. What shall I be? A motherfucker, probably. In a financial crisis, is it moral to sacrifice knowledge in order to save money? Well, I know what being a motherfucker is here. Is yes, of course. Screw the knowledge. Anything for money. Well, then that's what we're going to be. Oh, no. I feel bad already. Is it okay to restrict certain religious practices that clash with the established cult? Oh, no. I don't know if I want to be this fucked up. You know what? Let's just own it. Let's go in. Let's go in all the way. No, only the established called I. If a neighboring country gets invaded, do I support them? I want to say yes, but the motherfucker in me says nay. Oh no. I am a horrible person. That's fine. That seems to be this game. Well, it isn't. I'm choosing it 100%. But, you know, Game of Thrones, what are you going to do? With the childbirths on decline, do we strongly incentivize families to have children? It's kind of shitty. I mean, it's incentivize. This is... I don't know if there is a good or bad one here. It's not forced. With childbirths on decline, do we strongly incentivize families to have children? You know what? Yes, we need more people. For the armies! Oh, no. Okay, so, this is our screen. We're going to be starting. I'm leaving tutorial mode up for the sake of the stream so people can follow along and maybe learn themselves. So it's not just a bunch of babble. I know mostly how this game runs. Mostly. I'll probably mess some things up. I do also know that my little dude, my little VTuber guy, the counselor, he's going to be in the way of some things, but... this screen gets populated quite quickly with stuff, and I have decided that this corner is the least important corner. And we'll be here for now, unless it becomes a problem. But the other corner is very... It's got a lot of stuff. But, yeah, cool. Let's continue. Each house has a different long-term goal and backstory, which affects their mutual relationship and affinity. Select info to read more about the two houses and make your choice. So I get two houses based on this quiz I just took. Just get a quick drink of water there. Feels good. Alright. Oh, and I have a little house symbol phrase here. Again, I have never actually legitimately played the board game, but I have touched this digital game for like an hour. Decided to pull it back and to do it for a recording, because this shit's fun, you know? Oh, Street Fighter V, you can do it! Alright, nothing as it appears. Or feel our sting. Well, let's just get some info. Let's look at House Dulak. Dulak is a perfect place. Alright, sorry, Shrek. Before becoming part of the Kingdom of Ankist, the previous Kingdom of Dulak, is that the actual name of the kingdom in Shrek? I'm gonna look that up later. The previous Kingdom of Dulak promptly rejected the many alliance proposals sent by the King of Scale. All this changed in the year 70, when most of the ruling family was exterminated under mysterious circumstances, and the few remaining were forced to join Ankist to avoid chaos. Your people are convinced that it was all caused by Ankistian... Oh, okay. Caused by an Ankistian conspiracy of treason in order to push you to accept annexation. Although none of this has ever been proven, your people have never ceased to be suspicious of Liberia's royal family. You secretly hate them. I mean, I'm already feeling this vibe. You always try to accuse Liberia of your problems, complaining about everything. Oh, this'll be great. Easy. You pretend that your lands are poor, even if there is a rich trade of timber down by the river, essential for construction of ships and buildings of the kingdom. You complain about the northern raiders, even if you only have a small border to defend while the rest is covered by forests. Your family thinks that you are treated differently from other nobles and that you have been persecuted for generations. You would like Ankist's royal family to pay for the alleged errors that were made against your... Ooh, that's a big old word. Marquestate? Marquestate. From the first day you were annexed to the realm. I've never actually seen this word. Well, learn something new every day. I 100% pronounced it wrong, too. Don't worry. I know. I'm aware. I feel the shame. Alright. Next. Let's see what the other one is. I like Dulak. Dulak is... Sorry. It's in my head. Your family was the last to surrender. So this is... Oh, sorry. The Dukes of Salad. Nothing is as it appears. Your family was the last to surrender during the war between Ankist and Muhir in the year 143. I'm saying Muhir, maybe I don't pronounce the H. Muir? Muir? I'll go Muir. In the year 143. In order to keep your people extremely loyal from a rebellion, you received a royal pardon, and when the control of your territory was moved by Muir to Ankist, you were given the title of Duke of Salad. You are dreamers and visionaries, and your engineers build the best ships in the kingdom. Your people have always had their eyes fixed on the immensity of the ocean. Your sailors and carpenters are much sought after, even on the east coast of the kingdom, and it is said that a boat built in your arsenals can escape unharmed even from the worst storms. The libraries of the kingdom are full of school children from your duchy. Your merchants are always ready to embark on long journeys for exploration purposes than for profit. Yours is a family of poets and navigators rather than nobles. You are often depressed, but you are convinced that it is the darkest moments that the deepest ideas and the greatest works are born. Throughout the history of dukes, you have never ceased to ask yourself what lies beneath the appearances and to fight so that your marquisate. Okay, cool. This is becoming just a series that is just going to be me fucking up words and trying to pronounce them right. But enjoy. Marquisate leaves a mark in history, revealing the true essence of reality. Rowan, your capital, contains the best preserved relics of the Salon Union. Salan Union? Yeah, of the Salan Union from the whole kingdom. There are also many ancient ruins of the Sabian League. I don't even know what I know. So if you're confused, no worries. I'm also confused. There's a lot of names being thrown around, a lot of world lore that I don't think we quite understand. I don't recall if in the rulebook, because I did see the rulebook of this original board game, and I think it does do a little more detail, and I might just do a reading of that at some point. But, I don't know that all of this is incredibly important for us to know. We have it's backstory. Flavor, as it will. Well, they seem nice, and artists, a little depressed, but, they're making it work. But these guys, they're just dicks. And, I mean, going by my previous selections, I think I gotta lean into it. So here we go. A group of scholars in Liberia recently discovered that ancient chronicles often blame a black circle, a dark rising sun, a cursed eclipse, or other similar images for causing the demise of many past empires. After observing similar clues in recent years, historians started speculating about the existence of a secret society that has been leading civilizations to oblivion for centuries. This organization is referred to as the Black Dawn. Some think they are a force of chaos, others view them as an engine for creative destruction, and some view them as the heralds of a new dawn. Harbingers of progress and change. Whatever their true nature really is, it seems that a huge battle is coming. As head of the council, that's me, I'm the head, you have the power to shape the future of this kingdom. But the Black Dawn is lurking in the shadows. Its existence is threatening and yet intriguing. Your role is to inform the king about the decisions of the council, but it is within your power to alter them if you so wish, provided you have enough power. It is time to begin. A new king is about to be crowned. How will the future of Ankist unfold? It's time. No, there's more reading. There's always going to be more reading. Hold on a moment. Small drink. The trumpets strike. 3 rising notes and 81 doves are released as Harold V is crowned king by the prior mother of the cult. It's just called the cult. That's right, I remember. The people erupt in a cheer of joy. Our hopes of enduring prosperity are renewed with a new king. Foreign dignitaries from Kazuk, Kupi, it's really just going to hit me with all three of these. Alright, Kazuk, Kupius, Sidleda, and Muir crowd the royal castle to evaluate the new king and win his favor. The ceremony is followed by a feast lasting for 3 days and nights along the streets of I keep on saying Liberia, Libra, our capital city. A week later, sitting on his throne behind the grand chiseled door of the council room, the new king addresses us for the first time. Any authority is flickering, and power can be a blessing or a curse for those whom it is exercised, he says. After a long pause, he adds, ruling is an unsolvable dilemma. He did it, he said the name of the game, it's the King's Dilemma. Oh, God, that's close enough. The Eclipse keeps track of the 6 storylines of the King's Dilemma, Chronicles advancing with each story chapter. When all stories are completed, the Eclipse will end, and the Uprising will start. Interesting. This is the map of the kingdom. From here, choose your next dilemma from the sidebar. Change the zoom level between the entire continent, the kingdom of Ankist, and the capital city of Libra to reveal all available dilemmas. These 5 resources represent the status of the kingdom: influence, wealth, morale, welfare, and knowledge. Every dilemma will move one or more of these resources, changing the stability of the current reign. Alright, cool, we're past this part. And now, we're going to do a dilemma. What do we want to do? So, something's going on in Torque. The High Commander has received a message. There's something going on in the Golden Harbor, which is the Royal Marshal reports to us that 3 windmills were ... Okay. And in the world, we have the City of Tents, which is Morano, a rich merchant from the remote desert city called the ... So we don't get a lot of... we get to see the symbols that they're going to affect. So let's just quickly go over what our 5 resources are. I think it will do this automatically, but I'm just going to get to it now since we are being made to choose. But we have influence, which represents the strength of our army. Your reputation in the reputation in the eyes of other countries, how effectively you enforce the law, I'll just say you, and the respect of the people of Ankist have for your leadership. We know it's all of us, we're fine. Wealth represents the amount of money in the royal treasury, the amount of luxury resources we have, the quality of life for the upper classes, and the power to buy resources from other countries. Seems simple enough. We have morale, which represents the happiness of our people, how positive they are about their lives and their condition, how much they believe in a better future, and how much they can find relief in religion. Interesting. We have welfare, which represents the health of our population and the amount and availability of necessity resources like food and water. It is also the lack of maladies, I don't know that word, and the amount of people in your kingdom. So food, basically. And we have knowledge, representing the quantity and the quality of the technological and medical advances achieved by your kingdom. The measure of your cultural and artistic expressions and how much you know about the past history of the world. Very cool. So, knowing those, let's, I think it's going to give us more tutorials as we go. Let's do something simple. The High Commander's received a message. Let's just see what that's about. The High Commander has received a message from our soldiers stationed at the troublesome northern border of the Mark of Torque. Scarum smugglers are offering to provide us large quantities of, quote, red iron, unquote, a strange metal that can break even the strongest steel. The army wants the majority of it, but there is a lot of money to be made by trading it. Do we reserve the red iron, a strong metal, for the army? To solve a dilemma, you use your power to make the final decision after the council has gone through the voting phase. Little arrow down to here. Approving the majority is free, but subverting it will cost you power equal to the difference in votes between the two sides plus 1. Be careful. If your power reaches 0, the current reign will end. Solving a dilemma moves the resources on the track as predicted by the red and blue gauges. The amount by which a resource moves will be revealed after the vote. So, interesting. So we need to make a decision. Do we reserve the red iron, a strong metal, for the army? The majority says no. Oh, I forgot. I can, like, bribe them to go the other way, and it'll cost me gold. Gold's right down here. We'll probably say that in a minute. I don't really want to bribe anyone. You know, I've got 4 gold. I'm just gonna bribe this person. And just say nay, and we're good. Spent coins to corrupt a council member and change their vote. Oh, spend coins, yes. The cost of corruption for a council member will increase each time you use it. Corrupting a council member will freeze the relationship between your houses for the current dilemma. Use corruption wisely to manage both your relationships and power. So, it would take... So, yeah, I bribe him to say nay, and then I just say aye, just to have a terrible relationship with all of them. That would be fucking hilarious. So, it's a little confusing, just because of the way this goes, but I would just so that you note, these arrows, if they go to the left, it means I'm getting worse situations with them. To the right, I'm getting sort of better inlaid with them. They like me more if the arrows go to the right. So you can see when I hover over an option, the arrows increase. So if I went against the council, spent 4 power, you know, after bribing a guy for everyone to say no, they would all hate me, except for the one I bribed, which is frozen. But that would normally go down. But if I just say nay, then we're good, basically. That no one's going to hate me for it, save for because I bribed. But if that person still said aye, you get the picture. I don't need to over-explain it. Anyway, on the track, these golden areas, we kind of want our pieces to be there before the reign ends, from whatever. So it'll probably explain that too, but I might as well just get it out of the way now with this decision. We want them to be around here, and those target areas will change per reign. I'm going to try to do a single video of per reign. We'll see how that works out for me. But let's try it out. We're saying nay. We're going with the council. We bribed for it. A strong army requires a strong economy to fund it. The smugglers supply us with a constant flow of red iron from the mostly unexplored lands in the northern Fola Mountains. I'm going to turn the music down a tiny bit. The unusual metal can be sold to the highest bidders on the open market for outrageous profits. Smugglers provide a small but steady supply of red iron to the trade guild in Duin. The smiths begin experimenting with new ways to employ the robust metal crafting tools, jewelry, and weapons for the wealthy. However, its sturdiness makes it difficult to cast into functional forms. Despite these difficulties, the Duin Trade Guild and our kingdom both benefit immensely from the transactions. Many among the wealthy nobility compete to acquire the few artifacts that the smiths successfully forge. Even foreigners from the south visit our markets to acquire the rare product. Add to archives of a new preparation available. Very cool. It'll explain that later. And we've advanced the storyline of that. So, oh, I didn't even notice that. So that storyline symbol will appear, these individual storyline symbols will appear on our dilemmas so we know what we're advancing. That's really cool. I didn't see that the first time I played. Which, by the way, I'll reiterate, I only played probably through the first reign and decided to go back. So I know some of these, not all of them because I didn't choose them all, but past the first reign, it should be relatively new information. Each time a resource moves, the stability marker to the right will follow it. If the stability marker ever reaches either end of its track, the reign will end. So we see a little skull. Keep all the resources in the highlighted area on the track to score more points when the reign ends. And I believe that's like my person. It's based on my personality of my council member. So we did this. We can continue. And now we have a bunch of new problems to deal with. I believe the Golden Harbor is one we already know. So the new one, we have the value of might. Lorenz, an entrepreneur from Torque, led an expedition beyond ... The value of might is the Ferris Smithy Guild in the southern mark of Elwood. Don't really know what else they're up to. Kind of wish it would give you a little more information, but that's okay. The value of might. Oh, these are all three the value of might. Okay. And Duin, the trade guild in Duin, is prospering from the trade of red iron. I can see it's R. And then in the world, I think it's the same. What do we do? Ooh, we have a thing right here. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't do that yet. They'll probably explain later. Oh, houses. Okay, cool. Manage the council and review information about the houses of the kingdom here. Spend coins to replace council members and to form alliances with your relationship level when your relationship level with another house is maxed out. If you form an alliance with another house, your total power will increase by 1. Alliances have other benefits such as reducing the cost of corruption and the cost of replacing council members. Costs are increased for enemies. With your choices, you can try to achieve the long-term goal of your house and 2 secondary goals. Completing them will grant you more power plus a bonus of cohesion or descent points for the uprising. Okay, cool. So our narrative goal is to curse the royal family. Great. Our secondary goals are to pardon the poacher who violated our hunting reserve and to kill Hysadora. Alright. Those should be, I imagine, preparations that come into play that we have to unlock. And that's probably going to be mostly random. Unless I'm wrong. I've never finished a game of this. It could be somewhere else. But that's the only place I can see that happening. Or I just have to memorize these. They come up in a dilemma. And I make the choice. Okay. So we want to do something else. Let's handle some of the ones that we had before. Well, I don't really want to increase... I want to increase other stuff besides... yeah, this would be great. If I could make all 3 of these go up, that would be amazing. Probably not going to be the case. It's going to probably be a few up and 1 down, but let's do this one. Let's see what it's about. Really, I need to make them go down. I don't want the rain to end. If I have too many go up, we're gonna be done. Too many good things happen. Lorenz, an entrepreneur from Torque, led an expedition beyond the northern border to seek red iron mines, but we lost contact with him. Some suggest we should send a military contingent to look for him, a very dangerous quest, as it would be seen as trespassing by the kingdom of Enkal further to the north, with whom we have not had contact for decades, and whose military strength is unknown. Okay. Do we send the army to investigate the disappearance of Lorenz? With each dilemma, the time counter on the right will increase. When it reaches a space with the skull icon, the king has a 50% chance of dying, or 100% if it reaches the final space. Okay. So they seem to be all in favor of nay, of not sending the army to investigate the disappearance, you know? And a couple things go down, and I'm kind of okay with that, because that'll bring us back into balance. So let's say nay. A few days later, the corpse of Lawrence arrives in Torque. Great. Bound to a horse with a red iron dagger in his back holding a letter. Your men violated our mountains. A just sentence has been passed. The gory message is imprinted in red ink with the symbol of a gauntlet, the emblem of the kingdom of Ankal. We alert the army scouts to keep an eye for these aggressive neighbors. You know, that doesn't sound great. Solving certain dilemmas will have a permanent side effect on the kingdom. When this happens, a chronicle will be registered in the table above the resource track. Their effects, either positive or negative, are applied to the corresponding resources at the beginning of every reign. Positive Chronicles moves the corresponding resource up by 1 space, while negative Chronicles move them down by the same amount. After we abandon Lorenz and his smugglers to their fate, many of our merchants don't feel safe traveling outside the borders of the kingdom to seek new sources of profit. You know, it's fine if we so we're going to always get at the beginning negative money. Great. Despite the relatively short distance, contact with the kingdom of Ankal was lost for decades. The bitter lands that divide us allow very few exchanges. And they never had much to offer anyway. Though they were a militaristic society, we considered the Ankali as inoffensive as the Scarams, nomadic tribes living in the unclaimed brown hills of our border. Yet despite their small numbers, it seems they've become a threat thanks to red iron. They must have discovered it only recently, but they mastered its harvesting and smithing much better than we. The scouts we sent even sighted an impressive fortress, reinforced with huge red iron plates they called the Crimson Keep. And we're really advancing that storyline. Interesting. Alright. It's not too bad. That's actually good. If it would have been insane, it would have tilted it too far. Your moral alignment determines which rewards you will get at the end of each reign. That's right. So these highlighted areas are my moral alignment. The rewards can be coins, prestige points, and or crave points. So I got my coins, prestige, crave. So this is like good points, bad points, money. The resource track highlights the target area to score points. The more resources in that area, the more you will be rewarded. Above the resource track, there is a preview of your rewards based on the current position of the resources and your moral alignments. This is a nice little cheat sheet to show me how many extra points I might be getting depending upon where things go. And, you know, things might go negative. We're going to see. Do we send the... yeah, continue. Okay. So, we did get some new shit in the world, which is interesting. Iron that pierces the sky, Ankal, increasing rumors of the fierce kingdom of Ankal. Iron that pierces the sky again. So this is like the storylines. Not exactly, because these are the storyline symbols, but I think this is like the subheader, basically. The Tribune reports to us that an unprecedented drought has probably happened, which is rough. Maybe we should do some simple ones, you know? Get that Golden Harbor going. They're all the same storyline. So let's bring it back a little bit. Let's go to the Golden Harbor. The Royal Marshal reports to us that 3 windmills were set on fire last night along the road between Libra and the Golden Harbor. The affected millers are asking for help rebuilding their windmills. See, this is simple. We can solve this. Do we fund the reconstruction of the damaged windmills? Question mark. When you vote against a council member, your relationship will worsen. They will eventually become your enemy. Voting in accord with a council member will improve your relationship, and if it reaches the maximum level, you can spend coins to form an alliance. Interesting. Do I want to be... Because this is just the first reign, you know? This is the first, like, 50 years. I don't really want to make enemies. I like the idea of making allies with people. This would go down and up. I don't like that it would make that one go down. I'd have to spend a ton of power just to make that go down. Let's let's draw this out a little bit. We have three more like free turns. Let's just make friends. With the monetary help of the crown, a small squad of carpenters is hired to rebuild the burned-out windmills with the most advanced techniques available. After the work, we are informed that they notice the smell of an unknown alchemical substance at all three locations. Huh, interesting. Okay. If a resource is moved twice in a row in the same direction, it will move one additional step. The icon color will show you the last direction that the resource moved. White if it moved up, black if it moved down. After the second time that a resource moves in the same direction, it will gain a momentum marker and move 2 additional steps. Okay. Interesting. So it can just sort of represent that things are really swinging in that resource's favor. Okay. I'm into it. Well, we need to get some of these things moving. I want some early points here. We could get food to move up with the value of might. Here. I'm not against this. The trade guild in Duin is prospering from the trade of red iron, but its gains fail to trickle down to the common folk. Some want to tighten taxation and use part of the profits to help the struggling lower class. The resulting price increase on red iron, though, will lower its commercial appeal. Do we increase taxes on the trade of red iron? They say nay. What does nay give me? Or I could just go I. You know, I'm up really far with them. I kind of want to peel them down. I'm not getting an opportunity to lift this, but let's use some of our power. Let's sway the vote and increase those taxes, baby! Tightening taxation on red iron limits the amount of metal other kingdoms are willing to import and, in the end, impoverishes our kingdom. Great. Perfect. Welfare. So, with this new tax, we can afford to occasionally provide food to the poor citizens of our kingdom. Well, actually, no, I did the good thing. Damn, okay. I thought I was being a shitter, but okay, no, we're good. No, I am providing for the people. Taxes are good. See, I'm a great guy. Everybody should agree with me. Woo! That sucker went down. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can situate this. I only have one more thing here, and it pertains to those two. If I could get them both to go down, it would be a little spooky, but I'm not against it. The Ferris Smithing Guild in the southern mark of Olwyd is famous for its sophisticated steelworks. The Alwydians are worried that they will lose their share of the market to competition from red iron weaponry manufactured in Torque. They're asking to share the red iron crafting secrets to level the field. Do we force Torque to share its knowledge about steelwork with Olwyd? They all say nay. Oh, it only goes up. Ugh. I already have momentum. I'll spend so much power, though. So much of my power to go in that direction. How far up will it go, though? You know. I'll be okay. I'll do it. A united kingdom should unite its knowledge. I'm actually turning out to be great. Despite an initial ooh, that's a big old word. Recalcitrance? Despite an initial recalcitrance, following the insistence of the crown, the Torque Smithing Guild shares its secret expertise in red iron smelting and crafting with the other guilds of the kingdom, a boon for artisans. I'm becoming a better person than I planned. Though through the sharing of knowledge regarding red iron smithing, all artisans in the realm could better their skills, and consequently the whole kingdom benefited. Guys, this is great. I'm really setting us up for a future. Trust me. I need you all to trust me. Please. It's going to be a long and happy future for us. Alright, so we need to address some of the world's problems. Let's deal with the end call stuff. You know, let's deal with the end calls. Wait, what do we... Yeah, let's deal with some of this. Increasingly, rumors of the fierce kingdom of the Enkal worry our people. Many think we should recruit more soldiers among the peasants to patrol the unclaimed lands north of our border. Scholars believe we should instead investigate the customs of Enkal to ascertain whether they really are a menace and to clarify the misunderstanding caused by the smugglers. Do we recruit more peasants into the army? Let's see. That would make that go down? Ugh. I could just say nay and go with the group and really just pump that one up. And then this first one will be 50% chance the king dies. Well, you know, we're gonna be good, because I don't think that's going the way I want it. So nay. Trusted scholars begin researching the customs of the kingdom of Enkal, while a delegation of brave diplomats leaves for the Crimson Keep to ask for an official audience. Many, however, fear we are leaving our borders unprotected. Our decision to investigate the culture of the kingdom of Enkal sparked the keen interest of our scholars, fascinated by unusual customs and habits. I don't know if I get one of these every time, but it really seems like I do. But damn, man, we're going to be I'm going to have to pick a very positive moral alignment next time. We're going the good route. After the initial diplomatic incident, our diplomats have been formally invited to the northern court at the Crimson Keep, where they are welcomed respectfully but coldly. Enkal is a small but highly competitive society. Their clans constantly struggle for leadership, and their warrior kings must display continuous strength to stay in power, which explains their exceptional military prowess. While some might regard them as barbarians, they are organized and disciplined. Serving in the army is the highest honor to them, reserved for those of proven might and impeccable courage. Though few in number, they prove a formidable foe. They are honorable. As long as they are not provoked, they should pose no danger. See, we're good! I made the right decisions. We're fine. War is never the answer. Did we? Yes. Perfect! Okay, we have some good guy points. I love it. But I need to, my house needs to poison the royal family. Fuck. Okay. Let's see if we can lift up food. Iron that pierces the sky. Omir. Let's do this one. Yeah, the Tribune. Let's see if we can boost food into there, and then see if we can maybe lower those other ones. That would be the dream, because we don't know which way it's going to go. The Tribune reports to us that an unprecedented drought has hit Tyril, ravaging crops and decimating the cattle. The price of bread has increased to the point that many among the poorest can't afford it. But the kingdom of Muhir is offering us uncannily cheap wheat. Importing it would save the poorest from starvation, but its low price is suspicious. Do we import low-price Muhirian wheat? I'm going to go Muhir, because I like that H. It's happening. Now, do we import that low-price Muhirian wheat? Ooh, fucking yes, dude! Importing Muhirian wheat, however cheaply, is an unexpected expense that makes the royal treasurer turn up his nose. The poorest fringes of the population in Tyril, however, are relieved by the announcement. And we're doing good with our relationships, too, with the other houses. The drought has impacted food reserves in all of our duchies. Importing grain was our only chance to help Tyril. Muhir is a small but rather advanced kingdom. They claim they have developed a new fertilizer that allowed them to greatly increase their wheat production without compromising on quality. Yet the Muhirian wheat we are importing is suspiciously gray as ash, as is the flour obtained from it. Tyrillians complain that Muhir is insulting them with poor goods because of the historically bad blood between them, but the poorest outcasts are glad that they have something to eat and do not care about the color of their bread. I mean, neither would I, man. Just give me my food. Oh, that was a different storyline. Interesting. I didn't see that. The king lived. Oh, yeah. The king made it, baby. And, oh, we're getting some points, man. Some point value here. Okay, I like it. Alright. We have a new one. The Skarams, and Noak people from the unclaimed land. Okay, that's kind of interesting. I kind of want to bump up. And we have another new one. The Dark Harvest. During the night, thieves emptied a granary full of gray bread. And then we have one just for the town of Liberia, the castle courtyard. It is time to resupply the army. We should save money. Oh, interesting. What would affect both of these? 1 and 2. We need the flag. We need... Nothing is affecting army right now, save for this. Let's go for the flag. Let's go for the harvest and try to get that flag down. Is my plan. That's my go-to here. We're gonna spend a little bit of money. During the night, thieves emptied a granary full of gray wheat in the village of Abnet, in the mark of Tyril. The symbol of a stylized sun was found branded onto the front door. We could relocate some of the guards patrolling the rich neighborhoods of Vandis, the capital of Tyril, to protect our precious granaries. Do we reassign the guards to protect the granaries? Nay would just make that go down and cost me 2 power, which would end it. I'm actually okay with that. I'm okay with the ending there, especially because I'm coming close to my my lunch being over. So let's do it. Nay. We leave the guards to patrol the rich neighborhoods around the central market of Vandis, through which most of the city's money flows. The common people of Abned are demoralized by the council's apparent disinterest in their problems. Alrighty. Well, we got some power on either side. We're still kind of just chilling. Right in the middle. The king was dethroned. The end of the reign. At the end of each reign, you will gain rewards as described by your moral alignment. If you manage to put all the resources in the target area, you will get even more rewards. Well, we did decent. We're a rebel. Yep, 1 for every resource in the upper, 1 for every lower. Continue. I love it. Love, love, love. And that's where we start. That's where it starts with all of our big changes over time. At the end of each reign, you will have to choose the moral alignment for your heir to head of the council. The longer the reign, the more moral alignments will be available. Okay, so this is where we're going to cut it off. The first reign has ended. A reign of, I will say, I don't remember exactly where all the stats were, but a reign of peace. We'll call it that. A beginning of peace. And we will continue this in the next video. Catch you then. Bye-bye!